Production-wise, what's the Great Gatsby?
Oh,
Not my favorite movie, but it is a well put together movie, yeah. Probably in high school I read Huckleberry Finn, and the reason why I did is because I needed AR points. So I was forced to do that, and that I think is the only one I've read front to back.
All right.
Not proud of that. Go to school, kids. I'm not actually an asshole, which is probably not believable. I'm fairly caring whenever it comes to like helping people out and doing things. Now I will give you crap along the way, but like I actually do it from a caring spot, I guess. So yeah, I guess I'm not as mean as I am at the racetrack outside of racing. I mean, obviously I like Michael Jordan, but I learn a lot, and I think it's just because of social media these days, but like the way Kobe's work ethic was. Even not a basketball fan, I just like them as athletes, period, just the way, and there's obviously documentaries on those too, so just the way that they mentally prepare for things. I think physically being prepared for something is one thing, but mental preparation is a whole another strand of athlete, in my opinion. I like Friends. Honestly, Grey's Anatomy ain't bad. I've crapped on it for a while. My wife watches it, and it's pretty funny too, but Friends is probably my go-to. Baseball, because I played it for so long, I don't watch it as intensely as I used to, but as a fan of now, I feel like college football I'm big on, just as much as baseball, so it kind of just between those two, depending on the season. I don't necessarily have a food. I have a favorite place to eat, and that is Taco Bell, as you saw me eating that today as I walked in. So, but basically everything there is the same anyways, just packaged different. So technically Mexican food-ish, whatever that's called. I don't like to drink carbonation or eat anything salty that late. Like milk and cookies is pretty high on the list. Math, I really enjoy math. And that's kind of transferred into race cars as well. Like, I didn't pay attention in social studies, history. In racing, my most prized possession is I have a couple of things of memorabilia from the original Kevin Thomas. So those I like those a lot. I don't know if they're prized possessions, but you know, I went and purchased them for a certain reason. We had footballs, North footballs, even them stupid half footballs that we used to have. You know, I was always like into sports, so always had that, or a baseball, something like that. Keeping your gloves on and your helmet off in an interview, it bothers me. I know people do it. This is not directed at you, but it does bother me, yeah. I like listening to Lil Wayne. I don't even really like rap music a lot, but if you like dissect some of his lyrics, you like respect what he does as much as like, oh, it's rap and you know they all kind of sound the same. Like there he says some things that are pretty genius, and just the way he like words things, and that's pretty intriguing to me. Garth Brooks, yeah. Those are two opposite. I'd say Sweet Caroline. It's easy to not screw up the words. Usually everybody sings with you at that point because they've had a few cocktails. But go-to karaoke songs are not high on my list. Obviously Larson, I've raced against him. Whether it be non-wing midgets, I've been at the same racetrack whenever we were racing wing cars together, but I didn't race him. But in the non-wing and midgets, I got to racing. And then Brian Clausen, like he did very similar things, especially at the time. You know, we were all kind of racing together within that 3 or 4 year period where Larson came in and then BC came back, and but racing against those guys, I learned a lot from Brian. The way to maneuver a race car that may not be perfect and still try to win the race. You know, those two guys, you know, even they were close to my age, still was able to learn a lot from just the way they did things. Dale Earnhardt. I loved Dale Earnhardt when I was a kid. But even before I started racing, whatever it was, I was always an Earnhardt fan. even dabbled a little bit in Jeff Gordon. I didn't know any better at the time. And then early I was Jeff Gordon, and then whenever I was of age and got a little fire under me, I started to like Earnhardt a little bit more and understand like his wittiness and the way he does things, and I enjoyed that. Me and Whitney went to Belize. It's just a different world down there, and it was pretty cool. It was just something, I travel a lot, but I don't really go on a lot of vacations, or I'm always go, no fun. That's just unfortunately who I am. And down there it was pretty cool, just being out of the country, seeing a different lifestyle. I want to say it was the first time, I guess there's a game called Chicken Poop or something. They put a big rooster on a board with like 100 numbers on it, and you're betting on which number the chicken's going to take a dump on. And I'm like, this is insane right now. So it's just like different ways of living down there, and I enjoyed it. Probably caffeine. I feel like I'm a severe addict to that. Yeah, I drink a Coke or something. I'm big on I can't drink alcohol with a meal, but I also can't drink water with a meal either. So it's weird. Like I gotta have a Coke or a Dr. Pepper or Baja Blast, which is the only light colored drink that I drink. So it's either a Coke or Dr. Pepper or sweet tea. I worked construction for my dad. That was as real gets. I remember we were in Texas, just above Amarillo. It was called Dumas, Texas, which we're going to be passing through there this year. So we built the Walmart that was there, so everybody take a look at that. But it was also snowing and about 10 degrees, and I was like, well, this is about as real of a real job as it gets. So that's when I realized I wanted to go racing. I think I was 17 years old. I was in the middle of getting out of high school, racing, and then that was one of my last two draws there. I didn't grow up racing. My dad raced a little bit, but we weren't a racing family. We were more baseball, football. So it was just, once I knew that I was going to go to college, play baseball, or go race. I had to choose between the two. And I just didn't really feel, at the end of the day, if I do go to college, I'm small. So, I'm probably going to play there for 4 years, and then I'm going to be selling insurance by the time I leave there, or doing whatever. And that's not really what I wanted to do. I like the idea of being a professional something. I love the competition, and whenever I felt that competition, what it feels like to win, that's whenever it sparked me. So I didn't really decide to be a race car driver until I was probably 21. Obviously, surrounding yourself with good people, starting at a little bit younger age, I feel like is a necessity these days. It's not 100% given that if you start at age 5 that you're going to get to the top of anything, but I think it is a good advantage. And treating people around you with respect. You don't necessarily got to be nice, but with respect. You got to respect that their trade inside of motorsports is necessary, and their efforts are necessary. So you got to respect them for that. And I work with a lot of people that I don't necessarily like, but I do respect. And that it's not required to like anybody. So I think these days that the kids all want to be liked, and maybe not so they're not interested in respect yet, but that goes a lot further than anything else. So I think just taking care of the people that are around you, and being somebody that if you look up to somebody, try to be them but be better. And it's a very vague, and you got to figure those things because they change all the time. But the sport is always evolving, so you're always having to change. So I think if you can just hone in on some core details, you can at least maneuver your way into success.